This is the first time in months that Bitcoin pumped this much. The last time we've had such a steady uptrend was back in September. The last few weeks have been very challenging for the crypto space, and we've been getting terrible news after terrible news day after day, and yet Bitcoin is up 16% in the last 2 weeks, as you can see here. So why is this happening? Well, without wasting any of your time, here's the main event that triggered this pump. A speech from the United States President Joe Biden that took place on Thursday regarding the economy and inflation.
Today we've got some good news. Good news about the economy. For the 6th month in a row, inflation has come down. Measured over the last 12 months, it has fallen 6.5 to 6.5%. That's down from 7.1% the month before. It's down from 9.1% this summer. Inflation is now at its lowest level since October of 2021. When we look at just the last 3 months, we see that inflation fell to 1.8% on an annualized basis. It's down from more than 11% in the first 3 months of last year. So the data is clear. Even though inflation is high in major economies around the world, it's coming down in America month after month, giving families some real breathing room. And the big reason is falling gas prices. My administration took action to get oil onto the market and bring down prices. Now gas is down more than $1.70 from its peak. That adds up to a typical family with 2 vehicles to a savings of $180 a month, every single month, that stays in their pockets instead of being spent at the pump. Food inflation is slowing as well. Last month, we saw the smallest increase in food prices in almost 2 years. And much of that increase was due to the avian flu outbreak, which has driven up the egg prices around in the United States. It's not just gas and food prices, though. When we look at what economists call core inflation, which takes out energy and food, we see welcome news as well. Core inflation is down to the lowest level in a year. Over the past 3 months, core inflation has come down to 3% on an annualized basis. That's down from more than 6% at the beginning of 2022. The cost of goods is actually falling, as prices from everything from computers to used cars are coming down as well. And inflation in the core services is moderating as well. And as inflation is coming down, take-home pay for workers is going up. Workers' wages are higher now than they were 7 months ago, adjusted for inflation. Wages for lower income and middle income workers have gone up even more.
And there you have it, the inflation rate. Simple as that. Or is it? As we all know, crypto has been going through quite a dark phase lately. There are many reasons for this, but the most popular and recent one is obviously FTX's collapse. I won't be going too much into detail regarding this because I've already made a video about it. You can watch it by clicking in the top right hand corner right now. To sum it up very quickly, Sam Bankman-Fried, the ex-CEO of FTX, as you may know, has been charged with many counts of conspiracy, wire fraud, and money laundering. People found out that FTX backed their assets mostly with the FTT token created by the exchange itself. And that led to the FTT token to completely plummet, leaving clients with no money to be able to withdraw from the exchange. But that only explains the latest crash. There's been many more before. If we go back in time a little, in June 2022, again, inflation rates were announced and they were extremely high. A month prior to that, Luna goes pretty much to zero after the UST token loses its dollar peg. And then we obviously have the tension built up between Russia and Ukraine before the war and the war itself and everything that entails, including Russia banning crypto payments for goods and services in their country, people all around the world having trouble to pay for food or energy. All these events add up, and that's why we are where we are right now. And honestly, I don't think we've seen the end of it yet. Just yesterday, Crypto.com just caught 20% of their workforce. On Monday, a few days prior to that, Coinbase did the exact same. A few days before that, Huobi laid off employees as well. Bybit, Kraken, and many more. As you can see here, all of these crypto companies or organizations or centralized exchanges have laid off so many employees. There's potentially Binance that's saying that they will be hiring instead of laying off employees for 2023, even though they did lay off employees as well in 2022. But that's the odd one. That's not the main consensus. Mostly, these companies are all laying off their employees. Now, with all that being said, as we've seen earlier with the President of the United States speech, inflation rates are going down for the first time in 2 years. Last time this happened was in 2020. This significant decrease in the inflation rate might just be what crypto needs to be getting a revival. As inflation rate decreases, people theoretically at least have more money to spend, and if you have money to spend, that's when you're gonna start buying crypto again. If there's a second reason that needs to take credit for the latest pump we've seen on Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies, it is definitely the $5 billion in assets recovered by FTX. The FTX incident left a lot of people very pessimistic about their funds left on the exchange, and these news about some of the assets being recovered definitely softened the blow for those people. So I believe this is the first reason why the Bitcoin chart started to look a bit healthier, and then combined with the new inflation rates that were announced on Thursday, you get the pump you're seeing today. Bitcoin and the crypto market in general being up by this much is a direct reaction of people following these news. This may not seem like much, especially as we've seen if we look at the bigger picture with everything that's happened. But I believe the correct way to look at this is to acknowledge that this represents a big message of hope, especially considering the timing of these news right at the start of the year. We're seeing inflation rates decreasing by this much for the first time in 2 years. So this is definitely giving a lot of hope for a lot of people, maybe a lot more hope to some than others. Maybe there are people who think Bitcoin has completely bottomed and we only go up from here. This is definitely something that you'll hear some people say, and that's totally fair, but I would personally advise to always have a long-term vision and strategy, and that is something I cover in my video of the ultimate bear market investing strategy that you can watch by clicking in the link in the top right hand corner. I hope I was able to offer some insight on why crypto is pumping right now. So if you got some value out of this video, please subscribe to my channel and like this video. That really helps me out a lot, especially as a new channel. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.